this long discussions with stoners before?
Oh yeah, I went to college.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Americans usually do, right?
Yeah, buys us some time, gives us some debt for them to hold over our heads for the next 3 decades. Yeah,
That's the way it works,
great.
right?
It's a great system.
Yeah, yeah. That was my topic last week. Actually, was I tried talking shit about that stuff, but
Oh my,
anyways, yeah.
so much to say.
If you do an intro here for people showing up, though, eh? Hey, everybody, this is the workshop, episode 323. I'm sure you know what the workshop is. It's well, I'll explain for people that don't know, just in case you're watching here. It's I guess a group of comedians. There's two of us right now, but more people are showing. Late to the party, like casually or I don't know what it is. Anyways, but we get random topics, and what we do is we try to write 3 to 5 minutes on the jokes. Then we kind of give input, critique, say we want to help the guy out. Usually a lot of tags, usually a lot of laughing and joking, and then we go through each person that way. And then at the end, after all that's done, then we start again and we do our own material for 3 to 5 minutes, and we do the same process. But it's pretty fun. I enjoyed it a lot. So let's talk and I guess stall for a second. But EJ, where are you from, buddy?
North Carolina.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, the South. It's it's a place with people. Yeah.
In that way, I don't know. I'm from Vancouver, right? So
I love Vancouver. I'm more of a city person, and it's a little more diverse where you are. A lot more Asian people where you are. A big Chinese population, right?
Massive.
Yeah. Some great Chinese food, I bet.
Like I learned it before my kids started watching kids shows that taught them it. So I was like, I can hear I know what they're saying when they say
Chinese. You know how to speak Chinese?
No. I just know a couple words because you just
Well, that's cool,
right? So yeah, but it was just funny. I just remember my kids watching whatever show and it was something else. But and it always made me laugh. Anyways, how about we do this? Oh, we lost our guys. It's okay. People watch it later. We get a lot of views later on. Well, how about we do this? How about we maybe try and start our topics? I'll go first, of course. Don't worry about that. I always go first. Here it is. I'm gonna have to go off my phone here because I tried to experiment, like I told EJ earlier, is that I tried to experiment. It didn't really work very well with my screen over here. So I had to screw, and you know what? You don't need to hear this stuff. Let's move on. Okay. My subject is in the title and I can't find it. Oh, where'd it go? Manners. That's what it is. Manners. It's manners. That's my thing. I thought it was yeah. Like I took it a couple ways right away. Like a manor, like a big building, like a mansion sort of thing. They call that a manor, but I was like, that's kind of cheesy. And then I started thinking like, okay, well, like P's and Q's, like, I could talk about what the P's and Q's means. I started looking it up. Like, that's not funny at all. It sucks. And I started going to some other things. And then I got to mannerisms. And that's a part I liked quite a bit. Like I point out a lot of people's mannerisms. That's something I do. I can't help. Like people are people watchers, but if I get stoned like I am now, I just start focusing in on somebody and I just like weird mannerisms or features or something bothers me in any which way. Like I have a friend that has this head where his face doesn't fit his head. His face looks like it should be on a different head. It's like just such an odd shape. It's not evenly proportioned inside of it. It's like it was like slapped or thrown in there. And I look at him all the time and go, man, he has no idea. He has no idea his face is like this. And I just like, I'm never going to tell him. I'm not going to, because I want all those viewers to laughing at it, right? That's the thing. That's what I really like to do. And like, I guess other mannerisms, like, you see, I don't know why I was going to do this. They're getting a lot of, like Zoom, what it's causing this year is a lot of like plastic surgery. Did you know that, EJ? People are unhappy with their faces because of Zoom.
That makes sense. That's interesting.
Because you and I can see, like I'm watching myself. I don't know why. I'm not really looking at you, but when I'm doing this, but it's a a weird trait. I guess I don't know why I do that. I should be looking at you the whole time. Anyways, but they hate themselves, so they get plastic surgery. Like, oh, I can see the wrinkles here, the crow's feet, else. So like but I'm not gonna do that. But I do have one flaw. It drives me crazy. I have like one nostril, where's it, right here, that's like a little bit wider. It's a little bit lumpier than the other side. It's like a defection in my face. I just wanted to show that to waste time. So I had a teacher named Garrett. That's the thing. His manuals were always funny. He was like, I was in community college, right? Like electronics. I got to somehow figure out this face thing. Anyways, I was in electronics, so but our teacher, he had like really small hands, like tiny hands, and he talked like with his hands. I guess that was a screen. He's talked like this all the time. He's like it was a real weird thing. Like he's always up like this, and I realized what it is. I don't know who that Facebook user is, but you're interrupting me, bastard. Anyways, no. But anyways, but I was sitting there looking at him, and my buddy goes, "Hey, do you ever notice how small his hands are?" I go, "Yeah, but like if he puts his hands down, his watch will fall straight off his arm." Like look at my watch, like stuck, and his watch definitely was just like whoop. It was slipping. I just could not focus on it. It was a really tough semester for me. Just focus on this poor guy's. He was a nice guy, and I learned things, but it was weird. What else do I got here? I have this other friend. I'm not gonna name her because sometimes she watches it here, but she's like a taller gal, right? Like like 5'9", 5'10", and she's like got these really long, like beautiful legs, right? But she's also she's rounded, so like a bigger girl on top, but like really long, slender, beautiful legs, and kind of like not bad or anything, but like she's just bigger up top, right? And she kind of looks like one of those M&Ms from the commercials. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of. Anyways, but I guess you have to picture it. Maybe it wasn't as fun. So let me see what else I have written there as I lean over. Oh yeah, mind your P's and Q's. Maybe I should talk next week's time. Well, when it comes to our own material, I'm sure we can just keep going too, so it's no big deal. But
yes,
that's about all I got right now for this. So
cool
for this section. Wow, hey,
woo!
So we have a Facebook comment. Let's talk about this guy. Keller's talking about the size of someone else's head. Look in the mirror. Yeah, but you have no idea how big this chair is. It's enormous. Like I'm a little person. I'm like 5'3", maybe. You know, I'm just. Anyways, do you think I have a big head, EJ?
No, mine is huge, and I know that because I have to I work at university, and we have to pick out caps to wear at commencement to support the students, and I'm always getting the biggest sized cap in the room.
I do have a big head. Like this is a 7
and what?
3/4.
Oh, okay. You do have a big head, but I wear about that size too.
But
all right, we both do.
I like it loose because I'm from the 90s. That's where I fucking.
Okay, it's snug on me, so maybe my head's a little bigger than yours.
Oh, wow.
I like I like how you were saying mannerisms.
Yeah.
I think you're saying it's like a. I don't know if you were doing that on purpose. It was like a cross between aneurysms and mannerisms.
Oh yeah, good night. Oh, that's so dumb.
It was. I was getting. I like when people mispronounce words or pronounce them slightly differently. That's just always an added. It's like a little added spice. I like the small face on the big head is totally relatable. I've seen that before. You could say it's like a real life face swap.
Yeah.
And you're like, where's the other person?
Relatable, yeah.
It's 100%. I've definitely seen that.
Yeah.
I have a nostril shape thing too. This one is bigger and wider than the other one.
Yeah, I don't know why I know. All this
and I look at it every Zoom. Yeah, it's horrible. It definitely bothers me. Yeah. I love the hands thing. The teacher.
Yeah, that's true.
I like you. Just a simple tag is like the teacher's talking like this, but you've already set up its small hands, so he talks like this, but it's not a problem because his hands are so small.
If I can say something, a story behind that story. Yeah. I was telling that story, and it never dawned on me why he kept his hands this way. I just remember him doing this. I didn't.
Uh-huh.
I just said it to you right now when I was telling you it. Why their hands were like, because his watch wasn't going to fall off. That's really
That was an in the moment riff.
Yeah. Well, I always thought his watch would fall off if you.
Yeah.
Like, how does it stay on his hand? That was my thought.
But that's why
he walks around.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Though the watch will fall off. Very funny. Very funny line. I like that.
Yeah. Thanks. Well, yeah. The one person here, shout out. You got anything to ask, spectator out there? Why I'm drinking more beer again? Because I don't have to work tonight, so I can do.
Wonder why. It's David James Roy.
Oh, is it? Oh, DJ Roy. What's up, my friend? He used to live out here.
Too bad the name doesn't show up.
Oh yeah. Well, DJ Roy.
DJ.
Yeah. Well, yeah, David. He goes by DJ. I think he changed his name so people weren't hunting him or something like that. Anyways, I'm gonna not put the timer on for you, EJ, when you go through.
Okay, well, I've got so little it doesn't. Yeah,
that's okay. Well, how about we riff on?
Okay, yeah. So my word was chickens.
Yeah.
And chicken fingers, popular kids' food. I think it's crazy that bar food is the same as what's on the kids' menu. It's like, hey, who will we feed all this greasy cheese and fried junk? Drunk idiots at 3 a.m. and developing young minds. You ever notice that? Yeah, it's like the unhealthiest. It's like they take all the unhealthiest appetizers on the menu and then throw it under the title kids menu. It's like it's mac and cheese, pizza, French fries, fried chicken. What else do they throw down there? Corn dog. Like all the stuff, yeah, all the worst stuff, and the only stuff that like you will eat after the bars close on the street, you'll pay, $1 to some stranger on the sidewalk to eat. Eggs. I read this. I learned that we actually first domesticated chickens for cockfighting. Then we started eating them. I had no idea. I have no lines about that. There's something funny to me about that.
Just on its own.
Cockfighting by itself is kind of an absurd. Who looked at chickens and was like, I got to see these. I got to see this thing.
Yeah.
In the ring. Yeah. And then at some point we started eating. I guess we needed something to do with the dead ones. And one thing I came across, there's so many ways to have eggs. Like it's like dozens of ways to make eggs. I get needing to eat an animal's babies for sustenance, but it feels insulting to chickens how many ways we figured out how to do it. Poached eggs, I don't know why they're called that. Are you trying to brag? You got them. Here's another interesting thing I read. This is 20 minutes before this. I Googled chicken facts. The reason we eat chicken eggs and not other bird eggs is because unlike ducks and turkeys, chickens are not very attached to their eggs. So chickens are pro-choice, and ducks, on the other hand, super protective of their eggs and very picky about who fertilizes them. In fact, there's some duck species. I don't know if you heard about this. There's some duck species with a vagina like a maze, like with several dead ends. So that if an unwelcome male mates with her, she's unlikely to get pregnant, which is amazing. It's so amazing to me, and I guess great for the shady male duck who hates consent but loves puzzles. I like imagining what the female duck does when she approves of the male. She just whispers the answers, like it's 3 rights and a left. And
sorry, it puts an emphasis on those curved dicks that girls talk about, like the.
Oh man, the species, the male ducks' penises are like these spirals. It's great. They're corkscrews. That's what they look like. I saw a picture. Oh boy, yeah. Google spiral duck penis. You live in Vancouver, so a lot of Chinese. I'm done with the Asian hate. I'm gonna own stuff I used to get made fun of. Chicken feet are delicious. All right, chicken feet are delicious. I feel like the more offended white people are by the idea of eating chicken feet, the more they love bologna. At least we know where the chicken foot came from. It's in the name. Yeah, and I bought I bought a grilled chicken foot from a street vendor in the Philippines once. The chicken was there. It watched me eat its foot. That's that's fresh. Yeah, you've got farm to table. This was under the table too, on top of the table. White people are grossed out by eating chicken feet, but they'll attach a rabbit's foot to their car keys. That's all I got on chickens.
Hey, that was great. I like how you said I only have a couple minutes of that. Good job. I think you went for like.
I kept adding stuff while talking. Yeah.
Oh, good job, man. So you ripped on some of that. Awesome. Yeah, that's what you got to do. I wrote down some good things. I do like that stuff with the kids menu because I always thought about that.
It's nuts.
Here's Scott Porteous is telling us, "You guys rock. Sorry for the acoustic workshop. We don't mind. We're having fun.
This is great.
We're going back to the ha-ha-has though, because that Facebook user, great. Yeah. Anyways, the menu, that's great. I love that stuff. It's I think you really take it somewhere, right? I actually had some thoughts, but I just ringed into the next thing. That what was I say? Oh yeah, that's what it was. So like I tried to write it down, I couldn't remember. I just remember now. But what it was when you're talking about like the shitty food you eat after the bar, you put the thought in my head. It's like, yeah, like if your mom served that to you, you'd tell your mom to fuck off.
Yeah.
When you're drunk, it's like some slop that you won't even take from your dear old mom. You'll
yes.
Anyways, it reminded me of that. It made me think of that. So I'm shooting somewhere with that. I also love the cockfight, the facts with the cockfight first and all that stuff. Because I just picture now like cavemen, just like, hey, look, they're fighting. Let's get them and bet on them and just they're chickens for like eons just to see them fight. I guess it must have been like wild birds and tiny birds, eh?
I guess so. Yeah. I wonder how long before like, oh, we could eat these.
Yeah, who knows?
Nuts.
Yeah, I mean, they must have done both. They must have been trapping them and using them. But man, I never thought of a fact. I wonder where that was. Like, who's the one that figured it out? Was it Nordic people or what? Or like, Vikings or like people?
Yeah, I think the first domesticated chickens were in Asia, and they still do the cockfighting, so it makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah. So they come from Asia. I had no idea. That's cool. Yeah. Man, really good job, buddy. Really good job. That was funny.
Thanks.
So, yeah. Well, I don't think the other guys are going to show up.
Dynamic duo. I'm all about it.
The worst part of this is I always give myself 2 drinks every show. That's a secret I have. So what I do is I get stoned first, and then I come in and go, hey,
oh man,
when I get 2 drinks, then I know the show's going to be done.
That makes me want to get a beer.
Well, you want me to stall? How far away is it?
I can do it in like 20 seconds probably.
Do it.
Can you do that? All right.
Do it. People, we're just not entertaining ourselves. We're entertaining you out there, right? So that's what you do. Hey, look, his shoulder looks like it matches my shoulder. That little chair thing. How do I get that thing? Oh man, it's so close. Can you see the 2 divide between us? That's amazing. That's pretty good. It was over 20 seconds, but look at that. It looks just like I'm extra large. I'm taking up the whole screen. How are you guys? I won't take a drink, but my shoulder is stuck in the other screen. You know what I mean? As EJ comes back. Oh, I rocked. So,
I think I misled you. I think that was more like 40 seconds.
It's okay. It's okay. I stalled. Actually, your chair was perfectly put, so it looked like my shoulder was still going into your screen. So, like,
look at that coordination.
Yeah, well, it was tough to put together for sure. Oh, we lost the spectator, but that's fun. So, well, hey, how about this? Let's get my thing out here. We move on. We'll do some of our own material because that was fun. As I get to my phone here, because I can't see my screen and it's just how it is. Where'd you go? Oh, I deleted it. Okay. I will. No, I got it here. Where the fuck are you? Oh, there is it. Sober set. I'm sorry about this, EJ. I should have prepared myself, but I was
Very
expecting I do this over 4 comedians and not one. That's why we leave the okay. Here we go. I'm going to talk. I'm doing a Stone set next week for 420 on this show. So you have to host it.
Cool.
Yeah, it'll be fun. So it's like you have to be sober. So the funny thing about that, I got to be sober. Like I'm never sober when I go on stage. I actually prefer to be kind of a little bit just like this teetering. It's just a little more than I like to be. But it's like I like being in that good position. So that's the weirdest part for me is being sober and doing it. And I'm like, how am I going to make any of these jokes funny? Like none of them are funny. Anyways, I want to do the set I want to do sober now. So, but I'm going to do it stone. Then I'm going to watch both of them later because I thought, and I may change it because it may suck. But okay, listen. I don't know if you ever done mushrooms, EJ. Yeah, me too, right? And the funny thing about mushrooms is like every time you tell a story about being on mushrooms, it sounds a lot like someone like a dungeon master in D&D. Like, I don't know if anybody knows that out there. Nobody's watching, but like a D&D, you just think about it like, yeah, so I was walking down this path and then this goblin jumped out. I was like, what? And like, that's how my stories usually end up going anyways. I'm pretty sure dungeon master when I do shrooms, but I've never played Dungeon and Dragons on it. I should try that one time. Actually, that might be a good idea. I got bit by a 3-legged dog last weekend. That was funny. Yeah, 3-legged dog. Can you believe that? I went to help my cousin at this his buddy's house to pour some concrete. Not my forte, but it's okay. I was the wheelbarrow guy. That's what I did. I was like running the wheelbarrow back and forth. So when I went to this yard, this dog was there, this 3-legged dog, and he bit me. He bit me right away. I'm like, holy shit. Anyways, every time back in the backyard of the wheelbarrow, he bite me every time. So I get bit 3, 5, I don't know times. But then finally I realized, okay, it's not there, tag there. But finally I was sitting there going like, okay, I'm smarter than this dog, okay, I'm smarter than this dog. So what it is, I realized because it's a bushy area, right? So I grabbed a stick and I wheelbarrowed it back there, right? And the dog came charging at me and then I stabbed it in the neck. No, I didn't do that. That was for like effects. No, what I did do is like I just like, hey, what's this? What's this? And he'd stop and look at me, and then I'd throw it, and then he'd go chase it. And it was like kind of like one of these because he's like he only had 3 legs, so you can't like see. I guess it was because I was trying to do that anyways. But yeah. But I tricked him, and now we were buddies, and he kept coming up to me, and that's how I stopped being like a dog for biting me. So I don't know how that's going to work sober. I have no idea. Here's one that I don't think I can do sober, but I'm going to do it. Aaron, have you seen that show Swamp People before? Okay, yeah, a lot of people haven't. It's like it's on History Channel. But I got to tell you about it anyways. I don't care because it's funny to me. Is that it's about these alligator catchers in like Louisiana. So these alligator hunters in Louisiana, like deep south swamp, I guess, and that's what they do. They just hunt alligators, a whole bunch of them, right? And the thing about it, I love this show for no reason other than just enjoying the weirdness of it. Because like the main guy, Tom Landry, he's like this. He's right down from the beach, I guess, right from the fucking sloughs, whatever they call those things. And he talks like a sex doll. That's the thing. So like, and I start realizing a real deep South Louisiana accent sounds like you're talking like a sex doll. So like, I don't have a lot of phrases for it, but it's like if you want to say New Orleans, like I'd say New Orleans, right? If you make your mouth like a sex doll, New Orleans. You can't help but say it. And I started realizing his mouth is open all the time. And that's how you do it, like a southern like accent, like I guess a Louisiana accent. And it's like, yeah, anything you think of, right? Go get the alligator down there. You can if you like, go ahead. Say something, Louis. Would you like some shrimp? The carcass. You just try to do it and everything comes out that way. I like that show for that guy reason alone. Guys I really like there's a guy Bruce. He's pretty cool. What he does is that he's this guy with a skullet. He has a mustache and a skullet, but you can't see his skullet because he has this like a American bandana on, American flag bandana on. That's what he is. I love it. Yeah, it's great. And he wears like overalls, like jean overalls that were like cut off like shorts, like how you dress a toddler. You know what I mean? Like toddler like that. Like I used to dress my 1-year-old all the time like that, with like, you know, the shorts that buttoned over top and stuff like this. And that's how he dresses. He has no shirt on, nothing, and he loves his dog. That's why I like him. Anyways, there's another guy, Willie, who's his kid. This may not be funny to everybody, but I like it. I got to go through it. I got to finish it to stall. That's what I got to do. There's a guy, Willie. He's this younger guy, and him and his dad were hunting, and his gun jammed, right? And then he took out his knife, and stabbed the alligator in the head. Yeah, and killed the alligator. I was like, I want to fucking hang out with that guy. Hang out with that guy. That guy is fucking cool. I want to fucking drink with that guy. You're missing a fucking front tooth. I can fucking deal with you. But like, I know if I get there, I'll fanboy out totally. I'll be with him like, hey, you remember that time you stabbed that alligator with a knife? That was awesome. He's like, yeah, fuck off, man. I don't want to hang out with you. I'd be like that close, and it'd be worse than not even seeing it at all, right? Okay. Well, here's the part. Here's the last part of that joke. Okay. The swamp people they can only hunt for a month, so it's a short show. So they do other offshoot shows, and there's a new show that came out there. They go and I don't know what it's called, but they catch snakes in the Everglades in Florida, Everglades, whatever it is. That's what they go do. And I like the show because you still got sex toy Tom Landry talking, but snakes this time, and they're always screaming like little girls. They're like they're always doing that. It's pretty funny, especially when you're stoned. I just start giggling and everything else. But the best part about it is that they came across this dead snake, this big fucking like 12-footer snake. It was a massive snake, and they're checking out. It's like, holy cow, that's dead. Like, what's going on? What killed it? Walk up and they see that it caught a deer. Okay, it caught this deer, and it started coming up the ass of the deer, right, eating the deer. That's how big the snake is. Caught a deer going up, and then what happened? He gets up to the head, and he catches the antlers. He can't get past the antlers. So now this deer is wearing a snake like a suit. His head is out of the snake's head because the antlers are stuck. He can't back up. It can't go forward. It can't back up. So if that's stuck, it can't. Neither of them can do anything but die. That's it. They just died. And I'm like, oh my God, that is like amazing. You know what they say? It's all Troy Landy says. It's all he says. Golly, well, look at that. And then like, you motherfucker, I want a forensic file on that thing. I want to know exactly how long it lived. I want to know every detail. What happened to this snake? How to catch the deer. I need to know this. I need a whole storyline. And now I just got to imagine this thing. And anyways, it drives me crazy, that whole thing. But anyways, that's why I like the show, just because weird shit happens like that. So I guess that's my time. That may have been long.
That's nuts.
Yeah. Anyways, but was that too long? I didn't time myself. It's okay. Who cares? But yeah. What do you think?
That was great. I love it. I love the D&D shrooms. Spot on. Perfect metaphor. I feel like you can keep going with it. I don't know. I don't have any specific tags.
Yeah,
but the goblin jumping out is perfect. I don't know. I don't play enough D&D to know like the tropes and how else it overlaps with shroom. I've done shrooms plenty of times. Haven't played D&D.
Yeah.
But you that shouldn't talk to you are talking to you. You become a different person. I don't know if that's a thing. You forget who you are.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, all of a sudden you're like talking to a chest, like an animated chest, or, like a gold chest. He just gives you a riddle. I'd like to see that. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
What else? Yeah. What else happens when you're on shrooms? I don't know. Your stomach feels funny. Something with your relationships with people is like. Yeah. I don't know, but yeah, I love the whole premise. That's great. The three-legged dog bite. The first thing I thought of is just, I don't know. You're probably like very in shape, but I would be like, how out of shape do you have to be for a three-legged dog? And then the other line I thought of is if he's really bitey, now you know where the that fourth leg went.
That's a good point, EJ, about the. Yeah, that's a good point. Like, why? How could he catch you? And I can just rip on him being like, why? Oh, you should see the three-legged dog run because he was fucking fast. He'd be like, it was like,
They do figure it out. Yeah.
maybe it should more descriptive play out. I think I like that idea. So thank you for that. It's good.
There's something funny about you're the wheelbarrow person too. There's some connection with wheelbarrow, two-legged, three-legged thing. I don't know.
Here's Scott talking about that same thing. After you got bit,
yeah.
we're rescue.
You become a were rescue. That's funny.
Good job.
I like that. Well, yeah. What breed of dog was it?
It came from Thailand. The guy just let's go back to how I don't want to fix that. Yeah, he just came from Thailand. He actually was only what? It got caught in a trap, I guess.
Oh, crazy.
So yeah, it was a nice little dog. He just scared of me because he doesn't get to see big bearded hats, right? And glasses. So wearing glasses, so it's I think he was just scared. So I just had to make friends. But it's just funny being bit by a three-legged dog.
Yeah.
So
I love the talks like a sex doll bit. I think it could be funny for you to speculate about why his mouth is wide open all the time.
Yeah. Lockjaw.
Like is he waiting for someone to pass him a sausage or something? What's going on there?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Why does it? Must be generations of it.
Yeah, and then I couldn't help but compare him to the snake. Then the snake with its mouth open on the deer, and then this guy is talking about it like.
Yeah.
It was just a funny image in my head.
They're both stuck. Yeah. It does contradict the way because he just was so nonchalantly about it, like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, oh, well, look at that, and just walked away. Like, yeah. So.
Yeah. What has he seen where this is just
that's
one of those? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty. That's why I like the show. It's so fucking stupid and weird. So you got
swamp people. Is that what it's called?
Swamp people. Yeah. You gotta get past this. It's actually I think it is kind of real guys, but they make it like they push it up, make it kind of sexier and shit. So it's not like it's like I met a guy that knew. I guess he knew the guy, and he was just saying, yeah, it's all pumped up a bit more, and they're not really.
Sure.
But I liked it a lot. It was a lot of fun because I dumb. Just sit there all day long watching that stoned. Be like a dream come true. When they get marathons, man, I'm stuck. Forget it. I'm not leaving.
It sounds like a lot of fun.
Well, how about we move on to yourself? How do you like that?
Cool. All right. Yeah, I've got a couple of things it's funny, actually. I've got two bits here that I'm working on. They're both from previous workshops, the last two workshops I did.
Nice. I got my little piece of paper here.
All right. Here's the first one. All right. I feel like everyone wants to be happy and super successful, and you have to pick. It's it's hard to have it all. Michael Jordan, Justin Bieber, Ellen DeGeneres, those people have a rare and special gift. They're completely miserable. If you see someone constantly working, it's because the therapy's not. There's a reason there's a famous band called Rage Against the Machine, and not I'm sure the machine means well. Which is fine. Ultimately, everyone tries to be happy. I think society, though, I think it needs some people not to be. Like, we would not have made it nearly as far. We wouldn't have made as much progress in the 60s if MLK was super laid back. Just I have a dream, but no, you go ahead, tell me your thing. Wouldn't have worked. Greatness comes from agitation. And I think that's why everyone who accomplished great things lived in uncomfortable climates. In 1960 San Diego, people were happily relaxing out on the beach. In the South, they were like, we have got to get into that diner. That's why Gandhi was great. He was in a very uncomfortable situation. He had to walk in those sandals. I feel like India would be very different today if Gandhi knew about New Balances. I think his unwillingness to walk is why he was fasting. British rule hadn't gone too far in Delhi; it was just too far to the Delhi. That's all right. That's one chunk. All right, here's the other one. So my son's online now, and worrying about cyberbullying. People say cyberbullying is far worse than old forms of bullying because it can occur at any time of day, and that is really bad. And I think if you describe that to a kid from the 80s, he'd say, wait, your bullying is virtual? Okay, yeah, you've got lots of emotional scars, but I've got actual scars. Cyberbullying, yeah, it's terrible, but I think bullies just aren't as dangerous as they used to be. Like they're on the apps, they're creating memes, scheduling mean tweets. Like bullies used to be huge. Now they're just the meanest nerds. A bully isn't gonna fight you in the playground. He needs to be close to an outlet, basically. Occasionally boys do get violent, and I notice people love to then blame violent media. But I read this in prehistoric times. 20% of men died violent deaths. 20%. Well, yeah, those guys didn't have Xbox. In ancient times, middle school kids weren't showing their friends up by killing them in Fortnite. They were showing their friends up by killing them. Apparently, this is by far the least violent times humanity has seen, and I actually think it's thanks to the video games. Because, my son loves them. He hasn't been outside since Thursday. How are these school shooters finding all this time to buy guns and plan these elaborate attacks? I don't think they're playing violent video games. I think they're playing boring ones. Don't get those kids counseling. Get them a PS5. People need to explain to those kids, look, killing people is not cool. Unless you're doing it in super slow motion. I mean, look at these graphics. That's it.
Hey, good job. I like the lot. Actually, it's really good. Both those different sets. Therapy is not. That's a good line. I mean, I didn't write down the part before because I got so entranced, but that was a great joke.
Thanks.
Yeah. The Martin Luther King stuff, I like that stuff, especially come off you. It's like, not be. What if he wasn't so energetic, right? I mean, And the other one, the line I had was, I have a daydream.
That's a good one. I like that.
Anyways, yeah, because it's just a joke to end it. But yeah, the Gandhi stuff was really good too. I like the stuff in between the Martin Luther King and Gandhi, but I just didn't get. I was listening to it the whole time. I didn't write anything down. But the Gandhi stuff was, and the at the end of that set, the good last. It was like a dad joke. I liked it just because it. I like those enders like that. Like, see you later, fuckers. Who cares? You got your fucking money's worth. Last joke sucks. Fuck off. It's always funny to me, right? So I admire that in you. But yeah. So the other said too, the cyberbullying, and you got me going thinking about that whole thing, like they're not as tough anymore and everything else. But I started thinking, yeah, they're not tough anymore because they just sit. Like when I was a kid, I was like playing sports all the time with my friends, and now the kids are. But like I tell everybody else, to me, like it's if I had the option to play video games, fuck that, I never would have gone outside. But
yeah,
like I don't blame them. That shit, it's fucking great. So those games are good. I just don't play them at my age. So
totally.
A Fortnite joke that was good too. I had another riff for you and I missed it. I started half writing, then I started writing with the Fortnite stuff where you what did you say?
The line was in ancient times middle school kids weren't showing their friends up by killing them in Fortnite. They were showing their friends up by killing them.
Yeah, that was great. That was a really good joke. I like that. So it's because that's actually a good ender too, almost in a way. You could end on that one.
That's true.
Pretty good little end. It leaves a good it could be a middle joke. I don't know if you can just move on to something else too. It's a good joke though. It's funny as fuck. So yeah, good job, man. Way to go.
Thank you.
No problem. So what do you want to do? You want to try another one, or you want to call it a night? What do you prefer? Do my normal cut that I normally do. We could each do one more a little bit. That'd be cool. Yeah. Why not? Okay, I'll just go to my normal set thing here. Okay. This one I got on paper, so it's easy for me to go through it. Oh, I got to open my second beer. Hold on. Because I said we can't be done till our second beer, right? That's the thing. Or at least my second beer. That's a rule I have.
I'm right there with you. I got 2 of them.
You guys are in for a treat, Trek fans. Anyways, you know what a pseudonym is, right, EJ?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's how a person with a cleft palate pronounces cinnamon. Yeah, it took me an hour to write that joke because I couldn't spell pseudonym. So that's how it just pretty much happened. Me just sitting there on my phone trying to type a pseudonym word. Pseudonym? No. Pseudonym? No. Pseudonym? No. Pseudonym? I got really frustrated. It took about at least 5 minutes where I finally was like, synonym? And I was like, oh, it sounds so racist. Or not racist. I guess advantage of some sort anyways. But yeah. Anyways, I don't know why I riffed that way. But you know, I'm a world record holder, EJ. I'm a world record holder. I'm a Guinness Book World Record holder. My name is in print right there for the most amount of yo's in one sentence. Okay. I'm in there for. Okay. So I'm going to give it to you. Okay. You can try and count them. Get ready for this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Harsh. Okay. Ready? Yo, Eureka, Yolanda. You know who just found you on your floor, yo? That was 11 yo's in one sentence. I can't add up. That was 11 yo's in one sentence. I broke the previous record of 5, which was also done by me. So really, the one person category, but it's going that way. But, I got that way because it, this over COVID, I never got into like videos on. I just, I got more into videos, watching weird shit, especially Facebook. I was on more Facebook and stuff like this. Now I'm slowly getting off. But like, I watched a lot of these roast battles that came up. I found that from like 2012. So maybe it's a bit updated, but it's brand new to me. I'm catching all these things. I'm like, oh, these are awesome. But every time they're like starting the music, they're always like, okay, yo. Because they're trying to catch a beat, right? They're like, yo. Okay, yo. Okay, yo. And I'm always like, how many fucking yo's is like how many yo's? And then the answer is 11. That's what it is. It's 11 yo's is the too far. But also like this is the one that fascinates me about the champion. If you know anything about it, is named Blind Fury. He's just a white guy. Okay, just white short guy that's blind. Okay, he's blind. So he like when he's battle rapping the guys, he has to just go by. I don't know how he goes. He doesn't. Can you go by smell? I mean, like you stink. That's his whole line. That's all you think. That's all he could really do. Like you could hear like the vibrations or something. You think, but no, what he does, he just tears through every guy. Every guy gets teared through, and the crowd loves him. And it's an urban crowd, as we should say, right? We pronounce it in these day and age. But like, and I think it's they really get behind him because he has no idea he's black. In fact, he only sees black. That's all black. It's all he sees. He's colorblind in all which ways. Yeah, that would joke. That's how it works all the time. Let me see this one. I don't want to do that joke. That was a long, good one. Let me think of one more. Let me just. The stuff I just did. I guess I got no more on this section. I could talk about losing weight. Maybe I'll do that. I'll do that one just to keep the crowd going because it is I don't want to be the shortest one ever. The shortest one I saw like 56. I saw just the other day.
Oh, we can
make that. I don't want that guy to show up last minute and just go like, "Hey, we're just gonna let him do." Okay, do both your sets. It was just the whole time. No, it's not. Hey, you know what? I got. I lost a bunch of weight. I know I'm big still, but like I was really, really heavy, like disgusting heavy before, right? And I lost like 80 pounds. And like but I hold it well. That's the thing, right? But like a friend of mine was trying to tease me. He goes like, "Hey, you're part of the AB titty committee, right?" I'm like, "What? That's completely shitty. I'm way too busy to be in another committee." Not to be nitpicky, but you're not just part of the AB titty committee. you're a not so busty trustee in the itty bitty titty committee. And I was like, that's completely shitty because I'm way too busy to run a committee, let alone be part of another committee. I'm already part of the, the sobriety caused by society. Oh, I screwed that one up. It's the anxiety caused from sobriety society. That's what it is. Oh, it's so hard to say. But I'm also true. Like I help run this this group. It's the All Girls Federal Bureau of Rural Squirrel Murals. Right. I'm in the executive for that. Like it used to be called the All Girls Federal Bureau of Rural Squirrel Murals and Caricatures, but that was just a little confusing to people. So we decided to cut that off and not be as confusing. You want to be more clear with the name and had to go off, but we still allow characters. Our base is still allowing, girl squirrels to be caricatures. We still allow them to do that. But all I'm trying to say is I'm way too busy to be another committee. That's what I'm way too busy to be a committee. Okay. Well, that was nice because it went a different route. I just went from memory and it kind of went a different route. So that was fun to say. So, but I'm all done. So thanks.
Very nice. I love your style. I love that it's so conversational. I'll be honest, both times you started, I wasn't sure you had started. That's how natural and conversational your style is.
Oh, thanks.
Excuse me. And it's so conversational. I can't even tell sometimes when you're giving me a real aside about your life versus launching into another joke, which is awesome. Which is like, that's the dream, is to sound, when you're delivering your material, just to sound like you're talking, having a conversation with a friend on stage.
This group has really helped me that way because I never did comedy on this style before that, and the Zoom stuff for me has been helpful when I don't have a timeline. I mean, when I can just roll. So
yeah, well, that's great. Yeah, if that's what you sound like on stage, also, damn, great.
I'm hoping to sound like that on stage. It's a little bit of a curve sometimes. You pretend to be somebody else for a while, and then you start to talk to yourself and do your own thing. So yeah,
I've had people offer up the tip of like, imagine, really pick a specific close friend that you have good conversations with and just pretend you're talking to that person.
Oh, wow. That's a good idea.
And yeah, when you're going through your material, I really feel like you're talking to me just as like shooting the breeze. So that's great.
Yeah, that's a real effort for me. I don't do it all the time, but I try. Like my dream being a comedian would be like I'm standing beside you in a bar, but I'm in front of like 500 people, but everybody feels like I'm standing beside them. That's what I really, really want to, right? So I think
I think that's part of what people mean when they say finding your voice is being able to take what you are like at the bar when you're making your friends laugh and transplant it onto the stage.
Yeah.
So that's cool that it seems like you're making good strides toward that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I didn't have much in the way of like tag. I enjoyed, I mean, you heard those were genuine laughs. There was some great stuff in there. I love your style is very silly. It's fun. I love the itty titty bitty committee stuff. I was trying to think of like other clubs or groups you could be in based on other sort of different puns. The only thing I could think of was club sandwiches. But yeah, it'd be cool to find at least one other like really common phrase that invokes something like a society or a group or a club, and maybe complain about that. But it'd have to be different, not just another phrase like. So that's why I liked club sandwich, because it's like it's just a food and it's totally different, but it also has a word club in it.
I see what you mean. You can't have the because it seems like the joke just keeps continuing on. I never thought about that before because it always kind of trails off a bit at the end, and I can never get. So that makes sense. I got to have something different in between that.
Yeah. I was trying to think of a turn to take, but stay on kind of the same theme. I couldn't quite get there, but I love when you first complained about being on another committee, it's so good. That really got me. That was fun.
Yeah, I kind of messed it up a tad, but it wasn't that big of a deal. If you just with that joke, I just kind of let it roll off my tongue. Kind of done it.
What was the first one? What did you start with? I'm trying to remember now.
Pseudonym. That's Funny, you want to hear that joke? The base I realized last week, like 2 weekends ago, was at my cousin's. But right before I
Mhm.
realized, uh, I don't. I guess I rushed through my material a lot too quick.
Mhm.
Maybe I'm kind of going. I get really into it, whatever, right? But what
Mhm.
that taught me, that joke, is that the timing is like really everything with that joke. So I tell
Right.
the joke, hey, you guys know what a pseudonym is? And then you right away just speak right away. It ruins the joke. So I've been now doing that, taking that drink of beer all the time. So I take a drink
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah. You didn't rush into it this time. Yeah,
that,
that was the thing. I thought you were just talking to me, and then suddenly we were. Yeah, I was like, oh, this is his material. So
yeah.
the pacing was great.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah. No, it's something I'm just starting to learn a bit. So it's this job, this thing is not. How long you been doing it now? Not that long, right?
The workshop or stand up?
Stand up. Yeah. Like you mean starting the writing in all the groups.
I've been doing stand up for almost 2 years now. This is probably my like seventh or eighth workshop.
Oh, okay. No, I see you on the other network. You know, over there writing the daily jokes, right?
Oh yeah, hot breath. I was in there every day for a while. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
pop in once in a while.
Okay.
Yeah, trying to keep writing
Yeah,
as
yeah.
things have been shut down.
Well, how about this? How about we move on to you for your last little go at it?
Okay, yeah.
My pen again.
Here's a bit
Sure.
that has gone through several iterations. So I haven't. Let me dust this off. I haven't done it in a little while.
Sure.
Well, I live in the South. I'm in North Carolina, and there's a lot of guns here, big gun culture. And I had a buddy who asked me recently if I'm afraid of guns. Let me put it this way. I'm afraid of baseballs, and you can supposedly stop those with your hands. I always hated baseball growing up. They had us playing fast pitch at 8 years old, which seems young to me. I remember being at bat, just thinking like, wait, hold on, you expect Joshua to hit the strike zone and not me? Look, look at him. Look at his shirt. He can't even hit his mouth with his Kool-Aid. What are we doing? Why are we putting me through this? I'll go to games now because I want to hang out with my friends. But still, I'm super terrified of foul balls. I always get a popcorn and a drink. Those aren't snacks. Those are padding. All right. I'm always telling my two little kids that too much sugar is bad. But when they're with me, I'm like, hi, we'll take 3 of your fluffiest cotton candies. I don't get baseball. My buddies don't get my fear. They're like, hey, look, if you're so nervous, just go sit in the nosebleed section. And I'm like, nosebleed, nice try. And it's crazy to me. I don't know. In every other sport, the balls they're bigger and softer. I don't get it. My 7-year-old is going to ask for a baseball, and I'm just going to be like, hey, you know what's fun? Balloons. Or worse, he's going to ask to join a baseball team, and I'm just like, look, I really think it's time you considered smoking pot. That seems safer. I don't want my kid to start baseball. What if he gets good? I notice a lot of absent dads miss their sons' baseball games because they love to work. I might be the first dad to start loving work just to miss my son's baseball games. My coworkers will be like, EJ, you were so passionate about the job. What's the secret? I'm like, lots of double headers. It's too much. That's the bit.
Hey, that's great.
Thanks.
Yeah, good job. Yeah, I love those baseball stuff. Being a baseball family from down in the States myself.
Oh, you're a baseball family?
Yeah, of course, I grew up in Canada, but my
Yeah.
family from Seattle. So as you see right?
Oh yes, you've got the mirror.
So,
Oh my god, baseball is so stressful to me. The crack of the bat. It's like, where's the ball? I just gotta.
okay.
I love sport. I love basketball. I love like every other sport, but baseball always freaked me the hell out because that ball was so small and hard, and we're whipping it around as fast as we can. We're hitting it at each other. It's like, come on.
Well, in baseball's defense, you almost a 99.99 chance that a 7-foot black man won't fall on you. I mean, there was Frank. What's his name? Something Frank. Oh, He was a pretty black guy. He was like 6'6", but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, you know, I loved it actually. You know, all your references. The one thing I think you, I don't know if you do this that much, but the cotton candy one, you actually, I think you had too many words in between that. I think you sold it before you said it. I think you made us all think about it, sort of thing, right? So,
Yeah.
so like you said the joke before, and then the next part, I think you said, yeah, when I bring my kids, biggest cotton candy. That's what you really should cut to probably, but. Because it was just enough for me to.
I kind of tell the same joke twice. I need to just pick one.
Yeah. No, I think actually you can do both. It's like a
yeah.
cut if you shorten it, because it's almost.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just like when I bring my kids, biggest cotton candy, you know, or 3 cotton candies or whatever you want to say.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a great note. Thank you. Yeah.
No worries. Yeah. Do you want to hear my baseball story to stall for a couple more minutes? My kids.
Yes.
They stopped playing baseball about 3 years ago, which is the best, until I found out they wanted to umpire. So they umpired. And I had to go all these games and watch my kid umpire. You think a baseball game is bad? Watch your kid umpire.
That is hilarious. I love that.
And they go for like 3 games, right? So I'm like, I'm there all day because I'm not going to. Like at the time, I'm not gonna let my 11-year-old daughter and my 12-year-old son stay.
That is so funny. Do you talk about that on stage?
I did a little bit, but it's like, yeah, it's just. I was like, remind me of that. I haven't told that joke, and it's baseball season, so.
It'd be funny to have some kind of scenario where you're either cheering or commenting, and another parent is like has an interaction with you, like which team is he on, or you know.
That's actually what happens. The next thing. This is all 100% true story. I was sitting in the outfield. I go sit at the very far, like between the fields. And I had my iPad, just like the one in front of me now, just watching movies, you know, playing on Facebook. Just sitting there stoned. I was sitting there stoned by my kids are umpiring both the same game. And after the 3rd game, this parent comes up to me and goes, "Hey, how's it going?" And I knew exactly like, yeah, my kids are umpiring. It's like, okay, thanks. See you later. Taking pictures of the kids with my iPad. Which I was taking pictures of my kids sometimes to send to my who's working, but it was like, oh, it's torture. It's the worst.
That's really. I guess I never realized it was kids.
Yeah.
Doing the umpiring.
Yeah, they get like the age group above the kids, the umpire.
Yeah.
Ones, right? But they pay them $25 a game. So the kids.
How much?
$25 a game.
Oh, hey.
Like you can't get a job here in Canada. You can't get a job till you're 15. So
that's how it is in a lot of states here. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but you can umpire baseball at 11.
Wow.
So you're making $25 a game. You do 3 games. That's $75.
That's pretty good. That's a lot for an 11-year-old.
Yeah. So 2 days of that, that's $150. But they do ask to do a lot. So I had to cut it, but they didn't want to do it this year, which is good with me. They're their own now. I can just let them go.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, oh, now, but yeah, I'd have to still go in there and like, because I'm not fat anymore. I'm keto, so I don't eat the candy anymore. I used to love, I'll take you to baseball, no big deal. I go get like a thing of licorice, and I can't eat that stuff anymore. So now it's like pure and utter torture. That's my baseball stuff on it too. So yeah, I like the baseball, especially spring, because everybody starts thinking about baseball.
Yeah.
So, forgot about that bit, like that story. I've done it a couple times on stage. I think I did it maybe. I don't think I've done it on here before. So, so yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's a very unique situation and a fun premise. Yeah.
Mm. Well, we've hit the 58 mark. We've not the shortest show ever.
Hey, we did it.
Too, eh? They had 3 people. So
look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, they had 3.
So look at that. We've gone longer than the people with 3. We did the 3 sets though. But
look at that. Look at that heavy lifting. That
I want to thank you, EJ, for being on here.
This has been great. Yeah, thanks for hosting. Thanks for having me.
Take that thing off. How do I get that thing off? I don't know how to get that stupid thing off so you can see your name. I guess I'm stuck with it. Sorry. Yeah. So where can we find you on social media and doing any shows right now, or what? You're down. You get the shot.
I'm slowly starting to do more in-person stuff and less Zoom stuff, but damn, I feel like I have a Zoom show coming up soon, and now I'm forgetting when it is, so I can't. But I'm on every social media platform because I'm desperate. So and my handle is the same on all of them. It's just at EJ Masticampo.
Yeah,
I'm mainly on Twitter, so yeah, follow me on Twitter at EJ Masticampo, but also Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, whatever else. There it is. Yeah,
there it is.
EJ Masticampo. Yeah, give me a follow. I'm
Yeah.
tweeting every day,
Yeah,
hanging out.
see people on here like EJ is pretty funny. I've been following him on Twitter and everything else. Actually, maybe I don't know if you noticed I'm like, but it's a little creepy when you like the same people all the time. But I just see it.
Oh yeah, that's how I. Okay, that is how I know your name.
Yeah. But myself, Keller Reeves, I'm out of Chilliwack here in British Columbia, beautiful British Columbia. I've phased out of Facebook a little bit. I just go on there at my home computer. That's what I do now. So you don't see me do tweeting or doing things anymore because, frankly, I have a life to live. Car that can drive into the bush because that's what we call the Canadian wilderness is the bush, and that's what I can do now. And frankly, it's more fun than tweeting jokes. I'll just save them for the stage. And when that happens one day, because I'm on COVID watch, it'll happen one day. I'll get back there telling jokes in front of a microphone. I had to make a microphone. Where is that thing? I made a microphone to make myself feel good about it. Like a piece of plastic I found, tubing, and then I took a golf ball. That's supposed to make me feel better. It makes me feel like shit. So COVID will be done one day. We'll be all back together and hugging, and I'll be down there visiting. I won't say touring because it's probably not, but I'll be down there visiting.
Yes.
I'll be down at EJ.
Come on out.
Hugging probably. I like my ear touched a lot. Just it's a forward thinking for that. So, anyways, thanks guys. This is the workshop episode 323. We stopped. We go over an hour. This is great.
Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers. Hey, yeah. Cheers. Where's the stupid camera?
There it is. Cheers.
Oh.
Hey.